let's just tick through some of these things. I didn't understand the Puerto Rico play. I know he gets hit, he hits back. You know I don't accept that rationale, not from a president of the United States. But why, when they have a hurricane coming down on them, start going after them for being corrupt and how he's the best thing that ever happened to them? Why do that? He was against it, he fought it, he tried to slow walk it, and now he lies about the number, Kayleigh. He keeps coming up with his 90-plus number. You know it's nowhere near that. Why? Why not just tell the truth? Of whether you need it over like the next decade plus. It makes no sense to use that number.
You're entirely missing the point, though, that this was the largest FEMA operation in the history of this country, the longest air mission in the history of this country, the biggest disaster distribution operation in the history of this country to Puerto Rico,
aren't you
and tens
missing
of
the
billions
point
of dollars
that
allocated.
it is well known that he fought people wanting to do more for them and that they are not even near to back on their feet and they're a part of this country and it's on his watch?
There has been enough done for James Lee Witt, the FEMA director of Bill Clinton, saying that this president gets an A+ on his FEMA response effort. And that's straight from Bill Clinton's FEMA director. The facts don't lie.
Who cares? You got to work for Bill Clinton and be dead wrong. There are 30,000 homes that have blue tarps on them. They had people losing power today for no good reason. Thank God Dorian wasn't anything meaningful to them. Not yet, anyway. We'll see what happens on the back end of the storm. But I just don't get it. Why does he talk about a place that's part of this country that way? Why would he talk about swapping it for Greenland? Why?
Because there are corrupt politicians there. That's who he's targeting. Notice in his tweet, he doesn't talk about the people of Puerto Rico.
Since when is corruption something that he goes after hard and heavy?
Oh, he always goes after corruption. And when we give money to Puerto Rico, tens of billions of dollars, and federal officials find stockpiles of unused materials.
Hard and heavy? He just pledged to hold the G7 at his own golf course. He's got an administration that's littered with perfidy and people who don't know how to keep their hands out of their own pockets. And he's about corruption?
I'm happy to go into corruption because we got a heck of a lot to talk about with Obama.
You mean in terms of things that are suspect corruption?
From spying on U.S. citizens within the Trump campaign. These are things that we never get to
whatever
talk
words
about
you
on
want.
here,
You just
Chris.
don't have the facts to back it up.
Yeah,
this is a president who won't even show his taxes, Kayleigh. Are you kidding?
This is a president that constantly has things made up about him, as happened last night on MSNBC pertaining to his finances.
Listen, hey, you see the letters on the bottom of the screen? They say CNN. If I didn't say it, I don't want to talk about it. I didn't report that story. It was out there. We go with the facts. I don't need anything else. If he had nothing to hide about his money story, why doesn't he release his taxes? Why doesn't he just release proof that he's under audit?
He's under audit. He's not going to play into your hand and give you his taxes,
Play into
Chris.
my hands?
But literally, if we want to talk about what just happened on CNN, literally the last hour, you took words from the press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, from an entirely different interview talking about how the president often talks in jest, and then played it juxtaposed against a story about the president suggesting people should break the law and acted as if that quote pertained to that story, which it didn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Well, it happened last hour. Take a look at it. This is what the media does. MSNBC
See the name of the show?
You took
Cuomo Primetime. You want to talk about your friend Ms. Grisham? I want to know why she says he couldn't make it to the climate meeting because they were at the meeting. I want to know why they say they hang their case against Brian Karem on an interview, a statement they said they had from a Secret Service agent that they then said, she said, didn't exist. Harvard said 90% of the coverage is negative. They didn't say why. The why is his mouth and his actions. If he didn't lie, if he didn't take things out of context, if he didn't demonize people for being different, if he didn't make it okay to be bigoted, then he would not get the same kind of criticism.
He doesn't lie.
Look at
the
this.
Press
You
lies.
don't look at Fox News and call it state TV, and people aren't going to call you out for being unfair to a media organization.
He doesn't lie. Guess who lies? The press lies. And
you don't
take
think
it from
this
me.
president has ever lied?
Take it from Jim Comey, who literally called out a New York...
You don't think this president has lied to the American people?
No, I don't think the president
question
has
first.
lied.
He has never lied to the American people.
No, I don't think the president has lied.
Kayleigh McEnany, your credibility will be shot with my audience if you don't back off that statement.
I think MSNBC has lied to the American people. I think the fake news has lied to the American people.
Has the president lied to the American people?
Chris, let me respond.
I never said that his election was not what it was. He won the election. I say it all the time. But I'm going to ask you this one more time. Kayleigh McEnany, do you believe this president has ever lied to the American people?
No, I don't believe the president has lied. I believe the fake news media. Do you believe the fake news media has lied?
That blew my IFB right out of my head.
Do you believe the fake news media has lied?
Interview's over, Kayleigh. Please, if you can't admit that this president has lied to the American people, you will not
The
have credibility with the
fake news
audience.
media lies,
You
and
got
that's
a
why you've
long
lost
way to go,
credibility.
Kayleigh. Look, listen, when a president is telling the American people every day not to believe in a free press, that they're the enemy of the state, and he
gives
lies
more
about the
access
allies
to
at
you
G7
than
saying
any
what we really want to know
president
is
in
why your
history.
media hates the country, he is to blame for
He just
sowing
did
the seeds of
a
division.
40-minute press avail
And he
in
lies
90-degree weather.
all that, so what?
The president gives access, and you lie about everything he says and take him out of
I
context,
have
and the people are
never
frustrated.
lied about this president
people are
in my
frustrated.
life. You may not like what I say. That doesn't make it a lie. He lies all the time, and you know it.
Go
and
watch
if you
your
don't
last
own it,
hour,
they won't
taking
listen to
Stephanie
you as
Grisham
well.
out of context and putting one story with
You
another
show
to
me
try
what
to
I
make
lied about,
it seem
Kayleigh.
as if the president
You sh-
lied
you-
and Stephanie
you
lied and it was
show me
not
lying
true.
about this president, and I'll give you a prize. You admit the truth about him, I'll give you 2 prizes.